All right, we are back. The map has been chosen. Players are ready.
Countdown has started.
Zan saying that Brandon smells.
Puck asking Zan to not uninstall the game after this next game.
Yeah. I mean, it's tempting. I tried to uninstall it from a computer the other day and it wouldn't let me.
Oh, really?
It's a Blizzard added feature, I see.
It's got its claws into you.
Yep. That happens, apparently. So, moving on into our next match. It is going to be in the upper right-hand corner. If I hit the right buttons.
There you go.
Upper right-hand corner, the purple Protoss. Once again, it is Puck.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, playing as the blue Terran, it is Zan.
All right. So we've seen in the past, I don't know, every game, Puck I keep saying Huck, that's horrible. Puck has gone for some kind of blink play, and it has been extremely successful. So we can understand why that is something that he would choose.
Yeah, I mean it's been showing very strong against the Terran here today. And I mean, he's able to jump right on in there and take out some tech structures and jump right on back out and keep a lot of stalkers alive.
He's made some really good choices with it too. I mean, we've seen a couple times he uses that observer to really keep an eye on what's going on and know exactly when to kind of swing around and go up and take out a clutch tech lab. He hasn't been able to get up there in time to be able to prevent stim or anything, but it has really slowed down the Marauder production, which in the end is always good for Blink. This is a huge map. They're a long ways away. That has not stopped Puck previously in his last PVT on this map. Looks like it's going to be another Reaper expand coming out of Tom Hanks here. Fairly standard play, putting the barracks at the ramp this time rather than over by his command center.
Looks like he's going out to try and do some similar denying as he did in the first game and just get an idea of where his opponent is so he knows where to send that Reaper when it comes out.
That's surprising. I mean, today we've seen a lot of very standard play, a lot of very solid play. We haven't really seen any big cheese or anything like that. There's always one game though, and we're not done yet. There's always that one game. Though last year Desro was here, and he's a big fan of mixing it up. So,
and it's possible we'll see a lot more of that as players are getting into the lower bracket and on their last legs, trying to pull something fancy out to throw their opponent off guard.
Puck is going to see the SCV of Zan following him around, asking him kindly to go away. So Zan's going to have a pretty good idea of where Puck is, at least. A Reaper now going to be chasing down to try and kill that SCV, or the probe.
Yeah, and I think that probe's going to get into trouble here as the Reaper is caught up to it, and it's not going to get too far.
Oh, yep, there it goes.
There it is.
Well, Puck will not get to see his house as he is just absolutely ashamed of the performance of that poor probe.
So in-game chat is heating up.
Reaper now coming into the base of Puck, going to see what's up. Probably nothing too unexpected. A warp gate that is half done, as well as a stalker about to pop out. Mothership core on the scene, as well as the stalker to shoo away that Reaper. No damage will be done this day. He is going to see that there is an expansion. He's going to have an expansion finishing up of his own down here. Now just getting into the portion of transitions. Going to be a factory going down.
And I expect that we'll probably see a similar play from Zan as we did in the first game. We're trying to do some drops like we saw with those Widow Mines.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, said it repeatedly, but pretty much the same builds out of these guys. It's all on how they end up controlling it. So it looks like Stargate may go down after the factory. Sort of a 1-1-1 with an expand here. So we'll see what he ends up doing with it. He's still poking around with that Reaper a bit. Stalker trying to keep it out. Reaper not really taking a chance to go up in there, but he is going to just kind of, epic juke right there. Reaper fakes out the Stalker. Stalker keeps on walking. Reaper comes in. He's going to get at least one probe kill before being killed by the Photon Overcharge. Photon Overcharge, one of you know, I've had mixed reviews in Legacy of the Void so far, with Photon Overcharge moving to the cannons with less range.
I think you mean the pylons?
Did I say cannons? Yeah, turning pylons into cannons essentially with less range.
Stalker moving over to Zan's front door, and he is greeted by a plethora of Marines.
Yep, we have not seen a Twilight Council yet out of Puck going for an earlier Robo with a Warp Prism. This is something he did against the Zerg earlier, and really helped him out by keeping the bases down. So maybe he's going to try and exploit Zan a little bit here by pulling him different directions, keeping the Stalkers out front to keep a poking force on his buddy.
Marines are moving forward. One's getting dangerously low, and Puck really wanted to get that shot off, but not quite.
Going to be Tech Labs going down on the factory as the medevac with 2 Widow Mines is headed out. Warp Prism likewise is headed over the way of Zan with 3 Zealots in it. Stalkers are being chased down by these Marines. The Stalkers do outrange the Marines, so with the proper amount of micro, we'll be able to keep getting some kills there. But the Zealots in the Warp Prism now landing. It's going to be delayed. Ooh, and a Warp Pin of Zealots additionally. So the Marines pulled away by the Stalkers. Now Zealots going to be trying to do some damage here in the main base. Kind of distracted there by the Marines. But Marines going to be coming on back up the ramp. They will get the Tech Lab off the factory, though.
In the meantime, mine going down in the main mineral line of Puck.
Oh,
and a huge hit.
That was a nice hit. 8 probes go down for Puck. He is not going to be pleased about that. The Widow Mine being picked up after being attempted to be dropped in the natural expansion.
And barely getting out of there. Only 17 life left on that medevac.
Oh! well, that they're stuck.
In the meantime, those Zealots are still doing work. 17 SCVs killed at this point.
Well, we were saying last game that there wasn't a whole lot of harassment going on between these 2 players. This game, they have turned it up about 5 notches. Stalkers now coming into the natural expansion to try and kill some of these Marines. The Marine numbers are actually dwindling quite a bit, so these Stalkers are just going to go crazy here. Now Widow Mine coming out to try and help defend that. Starport also helping out.
Yeah, Zan's in a tough position here, though. He's only got 23 SCVs to the 39 probes.
Looking away a bit, was able to kill one of those Stalkers. Zealots and Stalkers, just Stalkers still up in the main base. Warp Prism still being a problem for Zan.
Yeah, he really needs to try and take care of that, but you know, with only so many Marines, there's only so much you can do. SCV's moving forward to try and do zone out some of these units as the Marines try and take care of these Zealots.
Medevac does come in to heal some of these Marines as they're all getting pretty low. Zan actually looking pretty rough here. He only has about 8 Marines left with 1 Widow Mine. There is an Observer here somewhere. There was an Observer for Puck, but it looks like it might have gotten killed. But nonetheless, Widow Mine is on cooldown. Does load up the Marines into the Medevac. Zan's in a bit of a rough spot here.
Right, these Stalkers are doing a lot of work here.
Dropping some mules at the natural expansion to pull up the SCVs to try and make one last mad dash right as the cooldown of this Widow Mine is about to finish up.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh.
That was not helpful.
Oh, I have no words for what I just saw.
Oh. That was not helpful. So the Stalkers continue to move forward. The Warp Prism is gone. So he is stemmed the tide, but has he bled too far to come back? The Widow Mine shot taking most of the SCVs and Marines down to about 2 health was not ideal for sure. Now the Medevac is going to be taken out as the Stalkers finally cleaned up. However, all that remains for Zan is 1 Widow Mine, 4 Mules, 21 SCVs, and 4 Marines. So you could say that was a successful attack for Puck. I think it's safe to say.
It is safe to say. Although
third base.
Oh, that was really weird. Stalker's headed back across the map now for Puck as he's putting down a third base to take advantage of his lead. There is an Observer out at the front with 1 Stalker. Has not been able to put down a proxy pylon here as he has in previous games. Looks like Widow Mine being placed on the north side to be able to prevent any Widow Mines, or I'm sorry, Warp Prisms coming in.
Another Warp Prism is in production, just about to finish up.
Oh, Medevac just about to pop out.
trying to get that starport out of there.
It's getting hot. SCVs come off the line to heal up that bunker with 4 Marines in it. More Stalker reinforcements on the way, as well as a probe. So reinforcements can be built locally here. Observer clearing the way for the Stalkers to blink up into the main base. Factory being targeted down. There's just not a lot of options here for Zan.
No, I mean, his unit production facilities have really been shut down quite a bit. He's got, he does have 5 barracks, but a couple of those are pretty new, and they don't have any labs on them. And there is the uninstall.
GG well played from Zan.
So
well,
there it is.
There it is.
Puck continues his 2-0 streak against all contenders.
Yep. So looking at the bracket here, it is going to be Puck versus Winter
in the upper semifinal tomorrow. So that will be a match we have not yet seen.
I'm pretty sure that Winter has been dreading that one pretty much all day.
Hotly anticipated. I mean, I think we all knew that it was going to end at this point at some junction, and sure enough, they're coming together kind of at the head of the winner's bracket. So only one can move forward, and the other will go to the lower bracket and have to contend with everybody else who's down there.
Yep. No updates yet on the lower bracket. We'll be figuring out what match we have coming up next. There's going to be actually a couple of really good ones. It just updated. Zan versus Game Time is going to be a match that will be happening in a little bit here. Looks like a couple more have to finish up to get to the upper portion of the losers semifinal. So Zan versus Game Time, that's actually going to be a good one too. Another TVP.
Yep.
So I'm guessing
I have a feeling that one's not going to look quite like this TVP that we just saw.
Yep. That'll probably be the next one coming up. We'll let you know. We're going to corral our players here for a little post-game interview, and we'll update you on the upcoming match. So stick with us.